Hey up everybody, well today I'm in Torchamp and this is the location of where there used to be a railway station, and if we just pan round and have a look and we can see where it used to be. So now we can make out where the old railway platform used to be. Now that the farmers now cut the grass, we can actually see the remaining platform, and right in front of us here was where the railway station was. We look north, that's the line up towards Domfront, and another building that remains from years gone by is this little railway hut, and just behind it a big pile of railway sleepers. So what we'll do, we'll send the drone up and see what this place looks like from above. So now we're looking south towards the direction of where this line used to go, which was Laval, and then it branched off into different directions after Laval to Angers, Le Mans, La Rochelle. And the cycle route actually goes all the way to La Rochelle. And here on the ground is a marker showing you the kilometres in each direction, and that's just to the left hand side of the railway house. The level crossing house. So this level crossing house would operate the barriers. You can just hear them in the distance. And they used to close over this road. And just up that way, that's the direction to Laval. So we look further down the line. I'm lucky enough to actually meet a couple that actually used to run this level crossing house, and basically when the trains left say, a bell used to ring inside here. Can you hear the bell? And that would be their indication to put the barriers down before the locomotive arrives. And at the same time, I've also been told there was a long chain that ran all the way up to the next segment where there was also a barrier. And they operated it from a big lever from this point, and they said that they could actually see the barriers in the distance go down. I think she said about 500 metres away. So yeah, big lever, big chain, the barriers went down. Okay, so let's set off down the line, making sure I don't get run over. No level crossing gates now, and we're now off down the line. What I'll do as I'm cycling down, I'll post a drone video of the chateau, which is just to the left of us, down there. It's quite a spectacular building, that. Right, here we go! between Torchamp and Domfront we have some information panels there for your cycle routes. The original railway line actually went across this field and joined it from down here, but the cycles just have to do a slight detour, turn right down there, past another railway house over there. That's confirming the direction of this cycle path, along with information with the outdoor centre in Torchamp. And across the other side, very informative sign, giving you a whole route of this particular cycle path. They're starting at Weestram, where Brittany ferries leave for Portsmouth, heading all the way down Caen, Flers, through Domfront, Laval, Angers some more, and then finally to La Rochelle. And it gives you the information also in English, more information, and there's a website again in French or in English. So it's a good sign, tells tourists where they're going, what they can see, and we'll continue along towards Domfront. Well, the next point of interest is this restored bridge, built in the mid 1800s. And it crosses over La Varenne. So we'll just stop here and have a look at this bridge. Credit to the people who've restored this bridge. At the end of the day, it's just a cycle track, so anything would have done to take the cyclists and walkers over this bridge, but no, they completely restored this, and even the stonework with the original top large bricks there, it's just fantastically restored. What we'll do, we'll fly the drone underneath. Bonjour. We'll fly the drone underneath. We'll have a look at what this looks like from below, not above. Beautiful. Before I just stop the video, I just love things like this. Just brilliant. Before we arrive at Domfront, we just come along this platform edge here, and this was the sidings to a goods shed, which you can just make out behind these trees. That building survived the bombing during the Second World War, and there's information for the cyclists, walkers at this point. This point now is a junction, and just panning around at that goods shed again, and this junction is where the railways that left Domfront went west, and that cycle path takes you to Mont Saint-Michel, and obviously where we've just come from down there to the south towards Laval, La Rochelle. So La Rochelle, that's another video, isn't it? Not today. As the tracks went off to the right, that would eventually head off west, and we just come to the front of this other panel here. That just confirms the rail line goes off to Ouistreham, and the Rochelle line is where we've just come back from. So what we'll do, we'll head up towards where the old railway crossing was, just beyond this point. Like I said, this was a junction here, and Domfront was called a junction railway station. It went off to the north, the west, the south, the east. Right, back on your bike. Before we go to the railway crossing, there's a little cut through the cycle path, and you can just barely see this panel in here. And what this is the railway line that went to Alençon. So again, this is Domfront in front of us here, spinning right round the base of Domfront, through to Saint-Front, and off towards the east. And the reason I've stopped here is so we can just send the drone up and have a look at this old goods yard. Looking back down the line, there's more information right and left there. Now at the level crossing gates. Now this guy here is making a hell of a noise. He's cutting the grass. I'll just pause the video when he goes by. Well, that's him gone down there. So right down there is the junction, and there used to be a chain that ran all the way along here to the railway house over there, operated the level crossing, and he would then operate the points for the trains that would go down where that tractor's just gone and cut the grass down to Alençon, and in turn changing the points for the trains that would come down here to the west and to the south. Just have a quick look at the line where the track went to Alençon. So what we'll do, we'll venture down there, and our final destination is the railway station at Domfront.